Hi, welcome to Driving TV, and I hope you are well. In this video, I'd like to talk to you about how to impress your examiner on the day of your driving test. So what can you do to impress so that you pass your driving test? Let's start the lesson. So now the question is, what can you do? How can you impress your driving examiner on the day of your driving test? What can you do? For you to pass, is there anything you can do to impress your examiner on the day? What can you do? Because you want to pass the driving test, right? So when we go to our driving test, we all want to impress the examiner so that we pass the driving test. Is there anything that we can do? Is there any solution? Is there any plan? Is there anything we can do to impress the examiner? What do you think? Do you think there is something we can do to impress? How can you impress the examiner? The answer is, the only way you impress the examiner is to do what the examiner is looking for. Give the examiner what they're looking for. So what are they looking for? What is it that they're looking for so that you could give them that and they are impressed? What can you do? The only way you do that is give the examiner the driving they're looking for. That's the only way you're going to impress. There is no other way. There is no like a gift you could bring and give the examiner, or the way you dress, or the way you speak, the way you look. There's nothing like that will impress the examiner. The only way you will impress the examiner is by driving the way you should, the way the examiner is looking for you to pass the driving test. If you drive safely on the road without any problem, without creating any problem, without any help from anyone, you will pass your driving test. So your driving will become the solution, the answer to impress the examiner, because that's the only way he or she will be impressed. It's the way you drive. So the question is, do you know how to drive the car? Can you drive the car by yourself without any help from anyone? Can you drive safely? Can you drive confidently on the road without any help? That's the question you should be asking to yourself, because if you could do all that, you will impress the examiner without any question, because that's the only way. This is what is going to impress the examiner. So number one, make sure you are confident. You have the confidence for you to do the driving by yourself without any help, because it's the confidence will give you that boost, will give you that motivation, the inspiration for you to drive well on the day. So you must have the confidence, and the way you do that is to prepare your mind on the day that you can do it, because unless you're ready for the test, you're not going to go to the test anyway. So we know that you are ready for the test, because it's no point going to the test unless you are ready. So we know you are ready. So if you are ready for the test, the first thing you should say to yourself on the day is that I can drive without any help. That's going to give you the confidence. So make sure you believe you can, because you can. That's why you're going. So make sure you have that confidence. If you believe that, it's going to give you that confidence. You will have that confidence because you believe you can, and you can. So on the day, always make sure you believe you can. Be ready mentally. Do whatever you need to do to make sure you are prepared on the day. Have breakfast, go for a walk. All those things you're going to do. Make sure you dress well. Remember, every occasion has a dress, because mentally you need to feel good. And the way you feel good, if you put the clothes on, that gives you the confidence on the day. So when you are moving your feet, your hands, you don't feel tight. So something that you feel confident in. So wear the clothes that you feel confidence on. Secondly, give 100% on the first 5 minutes. Because if something goes wrong in the first 5 minutes, you're going to lose your confidence. You're going to lose everything. You're going to lose your mind. Your mind is going to go blank. So make sure the first 5 minutes is good. You are giving everything in the first 5 minutes, because if the first 5 minutes goes well, to do the rest, you will have the confidence of doing the rest, because nothing went wrong in the first 5 minutes. Because in the beginning, you will be a little nervous, and if something goes wrong in the first 5 minutes, you're going to lose the confidence, because then the nervous will come in. You will feel more nervous, more anxious, and that's going to take away your confidence. So make sure the first 5 minutes you give everything you can, and if the first 5 minutes goes well, the rest will go well, because it's going to give you that confidence for the remaining time that you have for the driving test. And it's only 40 minutes, okay? So you will be driving 38 to 40 minutes. I mean, even having lessons with the driving instructor, hourly lessons, hour and a half, 2 hourly lessons, driving test is only 40 minutes. You should just go really quickly. And like I said, if the first 5 minutes goes well, the remaining 35 minutes is just going to go really quickly. So give 100% in the first 5 minutes. And if there's something you do that you're not happy with, make sure you don't lose confidence. Don't give up. Don't make the judgment that because of that, I'm going to fail my test. Because if you think that, that's going to take away all your confidence. You're going to give up. And if you do give up, the remaining 35 minutes is going to be so long, and you're going to give up and you're going to do many, many mistakes because you've already gave up in your mind. So whatever you do, even in the first 5 minutes, if something happens that you're not happy with, I wouldn't give up. I would just carry on, keep on doing the things that you should do, which is to safe drive your best on the day, and just carry on. Don't give up. Don't assume, don't think you failed because you've done something wrong. That's not your call. That's not something you should be the judge of. That's the examiner's job. Your job is to drive safely. That's all you can do, and this is what you should do. Okay? So I wouldn't judge on something that I've done and assume that I failed. It's not your call. That's not for you to judge. Okay? So whatever happens, don't give up. You keep on doing, go to the end, and then you will see what happens at the end. Because the best you could do is give your best shot. That's the best you could do. You can't do anything else. So be a learner and drive safely, because this is why you are here and this is what you are going to do. Examiner will do their job, which is to judge how you drove. That's not your job. Okay? And the other thing is to stay calm. Staying calm, whatever happens, will help you think better. Make sure whatever you need to do, if you need to steer quickly, if you need to put the clutch down quickly for some reason, or you need to steer quickly because it's a sharp corner, do quickly whatever you need to do, but make sure your mind is calm. Make sure your mind is in the fridge, nice and cool, so that whatever happens, you could deal with it in a calm manner. You don't want your brain to be thinking too much and too fast, because then things are going to be harder for you, and you will feel you will feel nervous, you will feel anxious more because you don't feel the calmness. So try to keep your mind as calm as possible. That way you will think better, because things will happen to you like in a slow motion, because you're calm. Because if you feel calm in your mind, everything that you do, it will feel like as if it's all happening in a slow motion and you have plenty of time. If you don't have the calmness in your mind, everything's going to happen really fast in your mind, and you're going to do something wrong because things are happening really fast in your mind. It's all in the mind in the end. So keep your mind calm, then you will see things are happening in a slow motion, which means you will have plenty of time to do things. So stay calm as much as you can. Little nervous is okay. You're going to be a little nervous. We all get nervous when you do something new, when we are in a test. Everyone gets nervous, but little nervous is good. What you don't want to do is to be too nervous, because that's going to take away your calmness. That's going to take away your confidence. Okay? So stay calm as much as you can and control your nerves as much as you can. If you make a mistake, just make sure you take the correct action for you to correct. Okay? Making mistake, it doesn't mean you fail your test. Making mistake means you could correct, and if you correct, that is fine. For example, you're doing a parallel parking, you're doing a bay parking, and you couldn't do it in one go. What does that mean? Does that mean you failed? No. It just means that, okay, I've done it wrong, or I couldn't do it in one go. What am I going to do? I'm going to correct it. And if you take the right action to correct, the examiner will love that. The examiner will be impressed by looking the way you are correcting. You've taken the correct action for you to correct the mistake you made. And that's how you impress the examiner. The way you do that is to correct your mistake with the right action. So whatever you do, if you make a mistake, take the right action for you to correct your mistake. That is part of the test, and that's how you pass your driving test. Okay? Many learners, what they do is that soon as they make a mistake, they make it worse by doing another mistake. You made a mistake, that's fine. What do? You take a deep breath and you take the right action for you to correct. Okay? So just to give you an example, you are doing a parallel parking. Okay? You came in going towards the pavement, and you know that if I go any further, I'm going to touch the pavement. What do? The correct action would be to stop where you are, put the handbrake on, look all around if it's safe, go forward, stop, get the car prepared again, come back and do it again. When I say do it again, don't go all the way, just go forward a little bit and then correct. That will be the correct action for you to correct the parallel parking. So whatever you do, when you make a mistake, take the action that is needed for you to correct. That's how you impress the examiner. Examiner knows you made a mistake. Now the examiner is looking for, can they correct? Do they have the knowledge of correcting? We all make mistakes when we are driving. The difference is, can you correct your mistake? If you can, you will impress the examiner. And that's how you impress your examiner. And always be aware what's happening around, okay? Remember, you're not the only one on the road. You are driving with many other cars, many other road users. So there will be cars, bike, people, pedestrian, people with dog, people with children, school around. So you will be dealing with all those things. The more you are aware what's happening around, more you read the road what's happening, more you read, you will understand more what's happening. So you go to a road where there are plenty of parked cars. So what should you be thinking? You should be thinking, what could happen? Door could open, people could be around crossing the road, somebody could just move out. All those things could happen. So the more you read when you go to a road like that, where there are plenty of parked cars, the more better you're going to drive, more better you'll be prepared, more better you'll be ready if something happened unexpectedly. Always be ready for the unexpected. More you are reading, more you will be ready if something happens all of a sudden. You won't be shocked. If you don't read, something happens, you will be shocked. You will think that, where did that come from? Well, it didn't come from the sky, did it? It was in front of you, it was around you, you just didn't read. The more you read, more you will be ready for unexpected. Okay? So when you're driving, always be ready, and if something happens, you'll take the action to deal with that problem, and that's how you impress the examiner. Impressing the examiner, to make a good impression to the examiner, is to drive well, drive safely, always be ready for the unexpected, read the road well ahead, and take the right action for the right time, for the right things. That's how you impress the examiner. The more better you drive, more better you are driving safely, more impressed the examiner will be towards you. And the examiner will want to pass you because the way you are driving is safe on the road. So to conclude, for you to impress the examiner is to drive well, drive safely. Give the examiner what they're looking for. That's how you impress the examiner. There is no other way. There is no such thing as impressing in any other way except to drive safely on the road by yourself without any help from anyone. That's how you will impress the examiner. That's how you make a good impression to the examiner, by showing the examiner you have the knowledge of driving safely on the road without any help. So I hope this helps, and I hope I've answered the question, how do we impress the examiner on the day of the driving test? If you need extra help on learning to drive and to pass the driving test, don't forget to take the advantage of our online course, which gives everything a learner needs to learn to drive and to pass the driving test. The course has more than 30 videos on the course, which gives everything a learner needs to learn to drive and to pass the driving test. I will leave a link on the description below for you to have a look. Have a look and read and see. If you like it, you could always join the course. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give a thumbs up, and if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos, and hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.